In the HTML sections we have covered so far, we refer to the finished website to show what we'll be adding to our project. Right now, our own project we have been creating contains the exact same HTML content as the finished version, but as we know, they look very different. The difference is the CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and it is a style sheet language used for describing the look and formatting of a document, written in a markup language such as HTML. This is a formal description, but you can think of CSS as a way of styling, positioning, and laying out elements in our websites. We can use it to add colors, borders, alignment, text size, background colors, and so much more. Using CSS keeps our styling separate from the HTML content. This separation keeps our files smaller and more maintainable. We can still mix in styles into our HTML file, and we'll look at some ways to do this, but anything other than a small website will usually have HTML in one file, with the .html extension, and then CSS in a separate file with a .css extension. Having a separate CSS file also allows these same styles to be reused across multiple HTML files. CSS3 is the latest version and allows us to do even more, with new features such as transformations, animations, gradients, border images, rounded corners, and media queries. We will of course cover these in more detail soon. So what does CSS look like? Well, on the screen here are some examples. First, we can select an element by its name, such as h1. There are many ways to select an element, and we will look at these soon too. Then we add some curly braces to contain the style rules we want to apply to this h1. Same with the header just below. This header will have a width of 70% with a white background. Now we know a bit about what CSS is. Now let's move on to adding it to our project.